Flashback to grade 2. I'm in class, and the teacher is handing out the math papers. Everyone is waiting to see how they did. I flip my paper over, and it was horrible. My mom would be really upset. Then my friends came over. "What did you get, Albert?" they ask. I show them. And instead of being nice and comforting, they start laughing. "Shouldn't you be good at this?" they ask. "You're Asian, right?" Their words hit me hard. But it's more than that. It's the expectation that just because I come from a certain place and I look the way I do, I should be acing every math test. And that, my friends, is what a stereotype is. A stereotype is a kind of oversimplified and generalized idea about a group of people. Like, for example, the belief that all dogs love to chase their tails, or that all cats love to play with yarn. But we all know there are some who don't. And in my case, the stereotype is that all Asians are whizzes at math. Like it's in our DNA to solve complex equations in a snap. But guess what? It's not always the case. And I'm a living proof. Then, in grade 3, I started paying a little more attention to my math, and I got a little better at it. Not outstanding, just better. But sports? Sports. I tried baseball, basketball, and lacrosse. I did it all and loved it. I was not the math genius everyone thought I was. I was the sportsman no one expected me to be. One day, when I was carrying my badminton racket to school, my friends challenged me to a game. They figured that because I was smaller than them, I wouldn't be any good at games like badminton. But they were in for a surprise because I had been practicing a ton and I beat them. And this is how stereotypes can be a big problem. Because they're not really about you, but they can change the way people see you. That moment when I beat them, it shattered their stereotype about me and showed how misleading labels can be. Grade 4 came along, and by now, you can probably tell that I really love sports. Lucky for me, my mom realized that long before. But she also made me realize that I needed help with my math, so she made me a deal. She would drive me to all the after-school sports activities and sports clubs I signed up for, but in return, I had to practice math daily for 10 minutes. A few minutes of math for a whole lot of sports? Of course, I grabbed it. And boy, am I glad I did, because for the first time, my math was above average. Who knew a few minutes of practice could do wonders? Or was it the piano lessons that Mom claimed would help me? I can't say. What I can say is this. I had started enjoying math the same way I enjoyed sports. And speaking of sports, I started breakdancing and singing too. Yes, I was that Asian kid, the one who excelled in sports and arts, and not just math. It's so important to see people for who they are as individuals, not just some group they belong to. Otherwise, we might miss out on the cool stuff they can do. We all have our own unique interests, talents, and quirks that make us who we are. When we categorize someone based on a stereotype, we not only risk misunderstanding them, but we also miss out on the opportunity to enjoy their unique qualities. I started grade 5 a few months ago and decided to sign up for a rugby camp, just to try it out and get to know the sport. My teammates were all older, and to them, I was just that small boy from grade 5. They didn't take me seriously at first, and they hardly ever passed me the ball. But then, during one of the games, I got a chance, and the ball landed in my hands. And I ran. I ran super fast. I ran like the wind, and I scored. It was a moment of truth for me and for them. From that day on, they started seeing me for my talent and determination, not my grade level or height. And if things couldn't get any better, I actually started acing my math, and even finished first in a community math competition. This was the certificate and medal I got for it. I couldn't believe it. Even now, I keep on touching it to make sure that it's real. Me, the boy who struggled with math since grade 1, standing first in a math competition. When they announced my name to get the certificate, I wasn't even paying attention. I never realized I could finish first. They had to call my name 3 times before I finally made my way up to the stage. Sure, I've got a lot more medals in sports, but my math win was so much sweeter. What's the takeaway here, you might ask? Simple. Don't let stereotypes define who you are, what you love, and what you can do. Don't box yourself or others into preset expectations. Yes, I am Asian and I am good at math. But I'm also a sports person, a singer, a dancer. Each one of us is unique with different personalities and capable of so much more than what stereotypes dictate. As we go forward, let's make the world see us, not our labels. Let's shatter these stereotypes and celebrate our individuality. Let's promise ourselves to see each other for who we truly are, not what others think we should be. Thank you.